Do you understand? That's Orthodox Islam for you. So, how do you think if it don't work for the people it was given to, what makes you think, black man here in America, it's going to work for you? Huh? And you see what it's going to. You see the stuff happening out here. People in Kimars with machine guns under them. You know what I mean? You see what it's evolved to. You understand what I'm saying? Because it don't have the character of the Muslim that you are. You would never catch me in an MGT uniform with a Glock behind my waistband. You know what I mean? Walking in like I'm one of the sisters and then I'm going to pull a hammer out. You know, you would never catch a FOI doing that. Am I right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Because we were raised with different standards and morals. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's a lot of honor killing going on in Orthodox Islam. Am I right?
Yes,
A lot of honor killing. Baby's born, it's a girl. Oh man, I'm cursed. That's how they think. I'm cursed. It's supposed to be a son first. Dig a hole behind the house. You understand? Dig a hole behind the house. I don't want the world to know about this sin. A girl came before the son. Well, what should we do with her? I don't care. You know what I mean? Just don't let them know it happened. That's Orthodox Islam for you. Do you understand? See, we got to look at the contrast. We are not just Muslims. We are Muslim followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. There's a great distinction. You see? So, I don't want you thinking I hate Arabs. I don't want you thinking I dislike the Middle East. Because I don't. And I know there's good Muslims over there, just like the renegades. Because they lent the most honorable Elijah Muhammad $4 million to build our temple on Stony Island Avenue. Yes, so I know what's happening. And Ali Baghdadi would speak every Sunday, pretty much, or as often as he could, and he taught Arabic. And this is for the Orthodox Muslims who lie on us and say we didn't study Arabic. Ali Baghdadi taught Arabic in the University of Islam for over 40 or 50 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? Black people don't know what Salam Alaikum, wa alaikum salam meant. They didn't have a clue of that. You understand? If you go back to like 52 or 56 and you come through here and black people, Salam Alaikum, they looking at you like, what? Did you cuss at me? Some man nigga ain't just cuss at me. You know what I mean? Because they had no clue. Now it's a common greeting. You know what I mean? Because thanks to the messenger, our people know what it is and its meaning. But it wasn't all these masjids until the messenger passed. Am I right or wrong? And even 20 to 30 years after he passed, it still wasn't any like that. What happened is the Universities of Islam went with his son and some of them turned into masjids, as they call it. But basically, that's it. It still was his work. You follow me? We're in a nasty fight as followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Because they did a really good job on our people, convincing our people that Orthodox Islam is the way to go. I mean, they did a real good job on it. But the problem they got is they didn't get everybody. Now, as you go south, it's the messenger. As you head south, it's not Sunni Islam, it's the messenger. And the further you go south, the stronger the messenger gets. Do you see what I'm saying? So, it's not like, it's mostly in the city of Philadelphia, we see this heavy thing with that. But when you go into, even New York City, you don't see all that. Am I right or wrong? We travel, we look around. Am I right or wrong? You don't see all that. But right here, thanks to Minister Jeremiah Shabazz doing a good job, he raised Muslims up in this city. And until this very day, if you check most of them, there's a tie from them to him. And he certainly is the messenger's minister. Am I right? So, I mean, hold your ground. People wouldn't even open temples. You hear what I'm saying? They wouldn't have even opened temples if they didn't see you here standing in a temple. You follow me? Things that people are attempting to do now, we've already done. We had the school here. No one's forgetting that, is it? We had that. We had the dojo upstairs. They're attempting to do things that we've done. We printed the news. We printed Muhammad's speech right out of Philadelphia. I still have issues, back issues, to prove it. I mean, we did everything that's happening. We did it. But you know what the difference is? We didn't blow our horn. We didn't toot out, we're doing this, that, like what they call it, bracket, is that what they call it? We didn't do that. We just did it according to belief, and we continue to build according to belief. Thus now we're able to sit into the temple, regardless of circumstances. We're coming up from under fire and everything. But we're able to sit in here and still practice the messenger's teachings. Now, the thing about this temple is there is a lot of members. Did you hear what I said? I'm talking about there is a lot of members in this temple. But the problem comes out, most of them are working, they're doing something else. You know what I'm saying? They still support, they still help the temple. They come, donate things like that. They still help. But there is a lot of members in this temple. If you were to take account, you'd be amazed. You follow me?
Yes.
You'd be amazed. But we have to still continue to reach out and get our people. Now, we have to ask ourselves, the job needs to be done, am I right?
Yes, sir.
We need to ask ourselves, if not me, then who? You follow what I'm saying? If I don't do it, then who will do it? Don't count on the mystery guide to bring you food, clothing, and shelter. Right?
Yes.
You can pray for these things, but the reality of it is you're going to have to do some work to get it.
Yes.
We have an analogy from the messenger of a brother praying for success, and a shovel fell out of the sky and hit him in his head. And some seeds. Letting them know you want to be successful, get to digging in that earth and planting them seeds so you have a harvest. We see it on that level, but do you see it spiritually? Do you see it spiritually? See, remember, when you punish the house of God, I don't care what member, what group in the house bothers you, but you're disrespecting God himself. Does it make sense? You're disrespecting God himself. The person that has you upset, or the committee, they have committees and all that, the committee that got your heart broken and all that, they're going to be there. Early on, we have classes and we have lectures. And you were told early on in your study, there's 3 people always in the temple.
Right.
Were you taught that or were you not?
Yes, sir.
You have who? The wrongdoer,
Right.
the hypocrite, right? And the believer.
Yes, sir.
They are always present. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you allow the hypocrite and the weak believer to stomp on your heart of faith towards the law of Master Prophet Muhammad, you're going to have problems. Reminds me of a story of a man had a wife he couldn't control. She would commit adultery every chance she get. Anybody that come through, she'll want to run with them. You know what I mean? She want to do something with them. So the man said, well, I'll move out in the middle of the desert. And I don't have to worry about no man bothering me. And it went pretty good for a while until a caravan came through. You understand what I'm saying? When the caravan came through, his wife was gone. You understand what I'm saying? See, the same thing applies to us. We're being tried at every turn. You hear me? You're being tried with numbers. It's going to be temples. You're going to look. You're going to say, wow, it's a lot of them. But then a year later, you say, where'd they go? Yeah, where'd they go? There's a whole lot of them. Damn, they fell off. You understand what I'm saying? You have to look at things really as it is. Allah has no need of his creatures. Am I right? We need Allah. What we do don't make a law any shorter, doesn't take away from his statute, right? And it doesn't add to his statute, make him taller, am I right? He don't need any of us. We need a law. And the best way to get to him is just like our leader and teacher told us, is stay close to him. See, now I'm not going to try to mix anything up with his teachings. I'm going to keep his teachings as they is. You know, I'm not going to try to mix it up. I'm not going to say, well, you know, it's all right to drink in moderation. I'm not going to say that. You understand what I mean? Because the messenger don't teach that. You know, I'm not going to say it's all right to do a little weed or a little coke, as long as you don't do too much of it. I'm not going to tell you that. Because the messenger don't teach that. Right? Am I right or wrong? I'm not going to tell you to smoke cigarettes. That it ain't no problem as long as you don't smoke for one a day or something. You know, check them, half smoke 2 days on one. No, I'm not going to tell you that. Because the messenger, he don't teach that. Right? And I'm certainly not going to tell you to get no extra wives and husbands. The messenger say, I wish you would stay out the categories of fools. Am I right? Is that the way he write it or not? Y'all seen that? Y'all read that? He said, I get many requests from the believers, sisters and brothers, about asking to take on extra wives and husbands. I say to them the same thing that was said to them in the times of old. You're just as guilty today of being charged, right, as you were then. I wish you would stay out of the category of fools. Now, I'm not going to tell you to do that because it's not right. Do you understand? It's not the teachings of the messenger. And a lot of times, you know, when you have a brother like the holy man is coming through and he's telling people things, people don't like it. That's why John the Baptist's head got cut off. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why his head got cut off. Because somebody wanted to have more than one wife. David sent a man off to war. Y'all remember that? To be killed out in the field. Because he seen his wife one day. Oh, she's fine. I got that. You understand? See, so we have to be wise when we do things. If the messenger say don't do it, don't you do it. It's not complicated, am I right? You don't need a special ink pen to write this down or study it. It's just clear. It's just crystal clear. Just do it. You know, messenger say, speak the truth, regardless of whom or what. Am I right? Regardless of whom or what. Because the bottom line is, if you are scared to speak the truth, you probably won't be fit to do much of anything else. Right. You know what I mean? Yes. You got to speak the truth regardless of whom or what. Yes, now, the truth hurts. Right? Yes, it's sharper than any two-edged sword. It cuts both ways. Am I right? So when you wield the truth, be careful. Because it can come back to cut you. You understand what I mean? It can come back to cut you. So you want to be careful. This is why I said, judge not unless you be judged. You see, unless there's a clear-cut evidence, you know what I mean, against the person, don't even try to charge them. You know, you need a clear-cut evidence against the person. You see, the thing is, when somebody say, well, yes, I did it. I do have those things, and I do use those things, and I do those things. Then now, you know, they have the self-accusing spirit now kicks in, where they told the truth on themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? But because you tell the truth on yourself, if it goes against what the messenger taught, it's still not right. Does it make sense? We're in a time where right seems wrong and wrong seems right. You hear what I'm saying? Things that we are doing that we assume and we think they're right, a lot of times they are wrong. And the sooner you wake up to understand that and learn that, the better off you're going to be. Am I right? Does it make sense? It's water. It's water. To the water. You understand what I'm saying? You see, the sooner you better off you'll be. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Because, ain't nobody going to help you but you.
That's right.
And if you don't take care of yourself, you can't help nobody else. Right? I mean, it's not easy. It's a very, very tough job to try to just keep your own salvation. It's not easy. Your own salvation is something that you got to fight for.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Don't give in so easy.
Sir.
Don't stand up and fight.
Right.
Don't just say, well, you know what, I quit. I can't win. No, fight. Stand up and fight. You stand on the right. You stay there.
Right.
You keep fighting the right for right. Now, I'm looking around now too across the nation. And I see where a lot of people are wanting to open temples now, and I respect that. But I've always said in my heart, there's a respectable way to do things. You understand? There's respectable ways to do things. And disrespect is one of the reasons that I didn't want to deal with some people starting up temples. Because they did it in disrespectful ways and subtle, sneaky ways. You know what I mean? Like trying to keep good people in the dark while they already know they are sweethearting with people that are going to be doing harm to the good house. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if they're not going to be honest and truthful, if a man won't tell you right, he probably won't teach you right. You see what I'm saying? Now you look around, there's a reason why there's not a lot of Muslim followers of the messenger. And I can tell you real fast what it is. Jealousy. Jealousy. People looking at what, how can I say it, temples are doing. You know what I mean? And instead of saying, well, we're going to abide by all the rules of the messenger, whatever, even if they go against us, they would rather tear down righteous houses so that what they're doing can endure. Do you follow? But Allah is ever with the righteous. It don't matter. It's just they're going to go a few spaces and you'll watch them fall over. How long have we been here in the circle? Why wouldn't somebody who wants to start a temple claiming Messenger Elijah Muhammad, right? Why wouldn't they want to come by and say, listen, we know y'all following the messenger, and we do too, right? And what we would like to do is get the city over to the messenger. I don't want to, we want to have a temple ourselves. We don't want to necessarily come in under temple number 12 on Jefferson Street. But we would like to have a temple. Would you support us and help us? You know what I'm saying? Because likewise, we will support and what? Help you. This way, we can do something in the name of the messenger. And it don't go like that. The scriptures say, enter in by the straight gate. Right? That means come in the front door. Come in the straight gate. Don't come in the back gate, the back door. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
come right in through the straight gate. Be honest. Speak up. Say what you're doing. You understand what I mean? This way, Allah will bless what you're doing. He'll bless your effort. But when the fact that you got to come under the cover of darkness, it tells me what? What is the devil? Son of perdition, son of darkness, right? Prince of the air. Am I right or wrong? Oh, he got many names. Beelzebub, many names, right? But he's also the prince of darkness. So when you see things coming in a dark way, like underhanded and sneaky and underground, just know that that's not the behavior of the original man. See, that's the behavior of the grafted